Morning has broken. Morning jobs like filtering water.
Oh.
And eating. That empty space is where Snippet was. That girl is stressed about the heat, so she has gone. She's efficient. What do you think about efficiency, Nicola?
Well, I think I'm nailing it, to be honest.
Are you hiding a car boot sale back there?
Yes.
Ooh, that sun is coming up. And once it does, it gets real hot.
Wow, it is 8:14 a.m. and it is hot. Well, we knew it was going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit, we just didn't know what that was in Celsius, and I've just converted it. It's about 38 degrees Celsius, so then we were like, oh shit, that is going to be hot. And there's really no shade. Birdsong is over there. I think our plan is to try and do that big climb after the water cache, which is a 3-mile climb, and I think it's a 2,000 foot elevation, and then rest at the top there, wait for the heat of the day to pass, and then maybe do another night hike like we did yesterday, as long as we can find some shade to rest in. But shade is a hot commodity, as you can see. There's not much of it about.
It's so hot, and this rock that's in the shade is radiating coolness. Here's Nicola giving it a hug.
This is heaven.
This is Nicola colding herself. So when I was younger, a little girl, I used to love the feeling of cold, and I used to call it colding myself.
She was a bit weird. We're filled up with water. Thank you so much to whoever maintains this water cache. It is quite literally a lifesaver. This would have been, I think, almost a 30-mile water carry without the 2 water caches here and the one on Kelso Road where we got the trail magic. So it makes things a lot easier, and it's just so kind that people take their time and effort to come and stock these, and we are very, very grateful. About to head off now. It's 10 to 11 and we are headed up here.
Me and Nick are about to start the very hot 3-mile climb to the top. 1,342 feet of ascent. Oh, there is a breeze, thankfully, but apparently it's 38 degrees Celsius. Jesus.
That's 1 mile done. The climb isn't too bad. I think because of all the switchbacks it's quite gradual, but there isn't much shade. I wouldn't have wanted to do this early on in the hike, but I think I may have my trail legs now, so it's not too bad. But yeah, that would have been tough a couple of months ago, a month ago or so. I don't think I would have made it.
This is a brutal climb.
I'd say so.
One little solitary tree which is providing us a nice bit of shade. Me and Nicola finished the climb, and we can attest that we're sweaty, and I think the evidence is on our heads.
Yes, everywhere. Mind, at some point I was like, have I wet myself or am I just sweating?
It's siesta time now. It's siesta and chill time.
Spoiler alert, I didn't wet myself, it was sweat.
She actually shit herself.
We've certainly made the most of this tree. The shadow's moving across now, so we would have ended up in there. So we're going to set off. It is 4:20, so we've been here for 4 hours. And it's still fecking hot.
It's the cool of the evening now. Well, I say cool, relatively cool. So we siested most of the day. Well, we finished hiking about 12:30, I think, the climb. And then we started hiking again around 4:30. It is really nice hiking in the evening, but ooh, I'm tired this evening. But we should get to camp around, we're gonna have dinner at 7. And we shouldn't have too long to go, so we should be at camp around 9ish, I would think. But then we're getting up at 3 a.m, 3:30 to be hiking by 4:30, because we managed to secure a lift into Crest for 9 a.m. Nicola's instructed me to make a little video while she faffs about to give me something to do. like a small child with their mother.
The big ant here, would you like to see that?
Let's have a look at the big ant. There it is. Great.
He's about to get shaken off.
Shaken off. We've had dinner and now we're headed to camp. What time is it? It's about...
It's 10 to 8.
10 to 8. The light is fading fast in the woodland. It's just touching the top of the trees over there. But we're headed this way. 4 miles. We've just found Nicola's worst nightmare. One of the ants. What's it doing?
That's what it was doing when it got out of my tent, and it just started like burrowing into the...
Whoa. Oh, Nicola had that in her tent the other day. We are night hiking. Oh, head torch hiking. And we're knackered. Less than a mile away from camp. But it feels like a long ass mile. 0.7? What?
Scorpion? It's not really 0.7, it's 0.4.
And a scorpion.
Seeing it all tonight.
Boom, boom.
Oh, he's cute.
Watch where you're stepping now then.
Yeah. And there's another one.
Hello. Oh shit, man, I gotta get a dodge.
Cute.
Okay, we've made it to the camp spot. Bit sick of bugs. I like bugs, but I also like my personal space, is my reasoning. There's no cowboy camp tonight. We've gone flies on. We've seen a lot of freaky shit on our way here. Yeah, true. So we've gone flies on. Scorpions, weird scorpion spiders, weird ants. Massive ants. Your stove is there, by the way. Oh. All right, anyway, good night. Good night. Okay, it's 3:48 and we're leaving camp. Not too bad, so we've got to go down into the spring and filter some water and then get to Walker Path by 9 for our ride into Ridgecrest, where we can have a shower. Oh, heaven. Right, more bugs to the face for the next hour or so. Great. Treated to a red sky in the morning. Unbelievably, we got up at 3. I got up at 3:10. We packed up by 4:45. Collected and filtered water. We were hiking by 4:28. We set our goal as 4:30 a.m, so we were early. What do you think, Kate? Sorry? What do you think about that? I think amazing. We are epic. And going to be treated to a lovely sunrise.
I'm at mile 650, which means, oh, the sun's behind me so you can't see me. I'm at mile 650, so that means I've only got 2,000 miles to go to Canada. Whoop whoop. Man, I got some serious bags under my eyes. Heading down to a road now, and then it's 25 miles to the town where we need to pick up our food, our resupply package. So we're hitching. We've got a ride at 9, which is good. We made it to the hotel.
Not even noon, end of day.
Yeah, we made it to we got a hitch. Got here at what time?
Who cares?
9.
9?
9.
Yeah.
Now we're going to pick up our stuff and organise a resupply and then have a beer and go to bed.
We're back on trail. We're on the section to Kennedy Meadows. There's Snippet having a pee. It's hot still, and we're just doing 5 miles today to get to a campsite, and then 2 20s, and then a 5 into Kennedy Meadows. Kennedy Meadows, an iconic point on the PCT. Yeah, the
Last few long water carries. I think we've got 17 miles to do now. So I've got 3 litres in the bag. Ah.
Smashing it so far. There's the road down now. We've already done the climb. You can see the path zigzagging up there. Kids having a drink.
You gotta stay hydrated on these hill climbs.
Gotta stay hydrated, kids. Pitched up for the evening. We've only done, I think, 4 miles to here. But how was Ridgecrest, Kate?
I really enjoyed Ridgecrest. It was hot. I mean, it was real hot.
I think like 42 degrees Celsius.
But nice people.
Very nice people.
Nice
we
food.
benefited from some very nice people who weren't necessarily trail angels. They were just
just
people who
stopped
passed
and
us by.
offered.
There was John and Madeline, his daughter, and they picked us up and took us to the post office, and then said they would take us back to trail today. So drove us back to trail, and we just had a nice chat with them. And then there was Cardio Man who picked us up, took us to the motel, then drove us to Walmart, and then picked us up after we'd finished in Walmart. Just drove us around, real nice. Kate had, you think, the nicest food of the trail so far?
I had tacos, and I had tacos, and I've never had tacos before, and I really enjoyed them.
And I think the sunset is going to be pretty nice at this camp spot, so I can deal with the bugs. Pretty amazing view. So I think I'm going to watch the sunset, get into my tent, safely tucked away from all the insects, and then go to sleep, get an early night. Good night. It's nights like these I'm very glad I'm not cowboy camping. Loads of them.
Morning has broken. I think it's about 6 AM now. Now I'm on trail, and man, it turned out to be a busy night at camp last night. I don't know how many people were there, above 20. I think what's happened is that there was this heat wave with a weather warning. Everybody got out of the hills and into Ridgecrest, and obviously just chilled out in air-conditioned restaurants and hotel rooms. And then obviously the day the heat wave warning went off, everyone decided to get back on trail, so that was the first campsite from Ridgecrest, and it just, everybody that was coming out that day camped there. So we arrived there early, so we got some good spots, but yeah, it got really busy. Kennedy Meadows is going to be busy, which is going to be quite cool actually. And today, aiming for 20 miles today.
Time to get the socks off and let the feet air and have coffee. That's number one priority always, isn't it? Coffee. Hello?
Dental hygiene on trail.
And also leave no trace, spit in your bin.
Yeah, very important. I'm thoroughly enjoying this morning's hike. We're walking, well, I think we've come from over there, walking, cresting these hills. You can see the path down there on that one, and then along here, and there's Baz. I suspect this noise is a cricket or a grasshopper, but it is crazy loud.
Great.
Number one pain in the ass on the PCT.
Me.
Nicola, and second to Nicola is blowdowns. Grandma Grace is back. I've missed Grandma Grace actually. I hope she comes back in the Sierras.
Grandma Grace has got her bloody trail legs, I tell you. There's a snake there that I almost just stepped on. Sticking his little tongue out. So the kind of shapes of the ridges are changing a little bit. They seem to be much more jagged. A sign of what's to come, perhaps. But we're kind of in this bowl, and I'm wondering where the path is going to come out. I have no idea. It all looks pretty high. Birdsong's ahead of me, hiking with Flip Flop, and Snippet was taking a break back at the previous water source. So I'm doing a little bit of solo hiking and sweating my ass off. Whew. I think I've got the bulk of the climb out of the way. But man, that was tough going. But it's really beautiful up here. And it's amazing how high you can climb up quite quickly. Before I was down there and I was looking that way at those ridges thinking we had to get out, but I forgot about the switchbacks. So it's actually, I ended up behind where I was before. Although it's still steep and now I'm sweating buckets. There's actually literally sweat dropping down my face. Ugh. Oh my god. And it's hot. And it's already so hot, and it's 5:30. But it's still like quite unbearable. I look forward to when the sun sets these days.
Okay, well this is unheard of. I am at camp first. I've been hiking with a guy called Flip Flop this afternoon, and I think just talking to somebody new and the conversation flowing, the miles went quicker. So I've been quick this afternoon. So I'm at camp. I'm going to pitch up now. I've messaged Nicola and Snippet, so we'll see if they reach here.
Made it to camp, caught up with Birdsong and Flip Flop. Snippet caught up with me, and we're all together again. Flip Flop also has a YouTube channel. You can follow him at
Steven Outside.
Yeah, where you'll see him doing ridiculous things like
This is not a high point in my life. This is a very low point.
If you'd like to see a man eating a lot of condiments,
then this is the channel.
which I think is what a lot of people are asking for.
Then this is his dinner for this evening.
Yeah, we got.
That looks terrible.
Yeah, and then cat food.
Even worse.
Oh god, that just looks so...
On that note, good night.
It is another really beautiful morning. I'm feeling so good these last couple of days. So I'm out of camp. Nicola was eating her breakfast at camp. I'm going to hike a bit and then have it later. And another 20 miles today. I'm heading to the Chimney campground, hopefully for breakfast if I can get there without getting too hungry. It's about 5 miles away and there's water there and potentially trail magic. So we shall see.
It's 6:30 and I'm off. Last to leave camp, as usual. Very nice camp spot, slept really well. I did think my tent was here, and I did think this looks like the perfect spot for a bear to pop out at any moment. But luckily, no bear encounter. So I'm off. Bit stiff this morning, stiff Achilles.
Okay, so Snippet and I are nearing our lunchtime destination. Oh no, there's lots of cars, so maybe it's just parking. But there are cars on the road, which sometimes means trail magic. And there's been a rumour going around that there could be trail magic. So, Snippet, how sky high are your hopes?
My hopes are very high.
Right.
I would love just really anything they got. I'm not even picky at this point. I just like free food and but it's heartbreaking when you think you're gonna get trail magic and it's just a random car pulled over on the side of the road.
It could just be a random car. My hopes, I've tried to keep them low, and I'm prepared for there to be no trail magic. I think if there was trail magic, what I'm hoping to see is coffee.
I know, wouldn't that be the dream? I've never had that for trail magic.
Yeah, I'd like coffee and pancakes. I mean, that's high hopes. That is high hopes. I'm not gonna get pancakes.
Isn't too early.
There is trail magic. I'm just approaching now. There's a little tent and a truck. So who knows what goods they've got on offer.
Pancakes.
Oh yeah.
Enjoying some trail magic. This has made my day.
We've had trail magic today and we've got a group of happy PCT hikers that have had some trail magic. What did everyone think?
Delicious.
Poor Flip Flop at the back there can't eat anything because he's on condiments.
He had some jam.
He had some jam.
Syrup and jam. So yummy.
It sounds like when you're gonna go get a blood test and they force you to fast or something.
Yeah.
Condiments only.
It's coffee time.
Coffee time. It's not cold, but there's midges, just in case.
It seems a popular spot. We're kind of in a bubble now. We're in the Ridgecrest heatwave bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, Snippet's going for a cold coffee over there.
It's a little frothy. That always weirds me out, but it's not as bad as it looks.
Mm.
The coffee? No, I shook it up.
This is what the people want to see.
Yeah, this is high quality content right here.
The what, sorry?
Folgers.
Are you trying to get sponsored?
Yeah, we could whack in a quick sponsorship. We're drinking Folgers. Or Folgers?
Folgers.
Folgers. I think this might be the last challenge before rolling into Kennedy Meadows. We've got this last 4-mile climb out of this kind of basin.
Here we have champion hurdler Snippet taking on a blowdown. It's an interesting tactic she's gone for.
It's a new one.
It's a new one and it paid off. You can see how she's won all those gold medals.
Yeah. No big deal.
Piece of piss. Lunchtime? Any thoughts on lunchtime?
Subpar spot.
Very subpar spot. We saw Pepper under a really nice tree. We were holding out for something as good, but here we are.
Under a shitty tree with an angry fly.
Yeah, with an angry, is it a horsefly?
I think it's some kind of horsefly thing. Anyway, when it bites, it hurts.
Snippet, how are the stinky feet doing?
They're doing better. They've marginally improved, I think, for today.
I can't believe Kate stuck her nose right in your shoe.
I was intrigued by these smelly feet. I was like, how smelly can they be?
I know, but you didn't even tentatively like put your nose near it. You just put the whole shoe on your face.
Before eating. Or in the middle of eating.
Gotta go in.
You went all in on that one.
I think there's some kind of like mating display going on here with all these beetles, because there's a beetle on each flower top, each lupin top, and if another one tries to come up, the one at the top hurries back down to knock that one off. So they're obviously territorial, so I don't know if it's mating season for these beetles, but they do not like anybody else being on their flower. Oh, hang on, there's one on my glove. Mate, you need to get back on your flower. But I think this is a female. She's eating something and she's got like quite a big abdomen, and then a male came up and they've been fighting, but he seemed to be like tapping her with his antennae and trying to, like, you know.
And she wasn't keen.
She was not keen, she knocked him off. They're cool.
That gal's enjoying single life.
Yeah, she's like, just leave me eat my bloody flower.
It's like, I need a man to make me feel good. Get up, do my thing. Dropping down to Kennedy Meadows now, and the mountains are calling in the distance. I can't quite believe we're getting into Kennedy Meadows. Feels very surreal. When we were back in San Diego and just starting, I hadn't really allowed myself to imagine getting to this point. When we were sending our boxes off, like, Idlewild seems so far away, and wondering whether we'd get there, and now Idlewild feels like ages ago. And we're getting to Kennedy Meadows. It feels a bit, yeah, just, I don't know, hard to wrap my head around it, and just, yeah, I don't know, feeling very content and grateful for my life right now. This is quite literally a dream come true.
I keep thinking we're nearly at the campground, and then I turn the corner and see the path going, well, there's Baz, along there, along the next one, along the next one, along the next one. Apparently I'm only like, I think probably 2 and a bit miles away now. Oh, but it seems a long, long way still to go. And here we are at camp, the last camp in the desert section.
Sad times.
Sad times. The last night before we enter Kennedy Meadows South, which is kind of seen as the gateway to the Sierras on the PCT. Snippet's having a recovery drink, but she's been feeling emotional about leaving the desert. But
I was until the ants decided to take over. And now I'm feeling less emotional.
Now she's like...
I'm feeling emotions. They're just different.
She's ready for the Sierras now. Right guys, I'm gonna go and I've packed up my stuff. I'm gonna go and sit by the river.
Yeah, I am too. I just thought I'm going to bite the bullet and blow this up now.
Oof, I'm gonna do that later.
This is exactly what is needed after a long day hiking. Jeez, look at that. I'm not sure if those are tan lines or dirt lines or hair lines or a mixture of all three, but anyway, my feet feel great.